Actually, if you see, I'm in this enclave here, hiding from the baby. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So glad to be back with you guys. Know that it's been a couple of weeks since I've been able to pick up the camera and give you guys an update of the different things that are happening here in my yardstead, my garden. Recently, a lot of curveballs have been thrown at us. Life given us curveballs. The garden has given me curveballs because life's curveball. Does that make sense? So I am right now having to deal with the repercussions of not having the time to be in the garden, and I simply don't want to lose all that hard work that I put into the garden. Now, I've been having an onslaught of fungal issues as well as bug issues, especially the ones that attack roots, because we of course are in the rainy season. So a lot of the bugs that thrive in that wet soil is right now attacking a lot of my plants. The ants in the pots, and then there's some little things in the pots, I don't even know what they are. They're eating the roots of my plants. And so today I'm going to be hopefully using some of the insecticides that I have, as well as the fungicides that I have, because I'm seeing fungal issues definitely on the cherry tomato tree. I'm seeing it coming on to my watermelon vine and my okra tree, and I'm not proud of it. I don't want to, but the reality is this can't be natural. The onslaught right after the one thing after the next of these different pests and different diseases just popping up on you. If you were to say you wanted to depend on your garden, I really personally don't see how that's even possible in an organic route, because I have been trying to avoid use certain pesticides and fungicides in my garden, but I have come to the realization that it just simply is very difficult. Very, very, very difficult. You have to spend 24/7 of your time in the garden to see which bug lands where, to see when one leaf wilts on one plant, and that's just not realistic. So I'm going to give you guys a tour, as well as you guys are going to see me do some work this evening in my garden. Reason being why this evening is that I finally have a moment to myself. I'm actually, if you see, I'm in this enclave here, hiding from the baby, because right now he just has this separation anxiety that just not giving me a moment to do anything outside. So I'm hiding here in this nook to give you this intro, so that I can deal with the other things that I need to do with the different curveballs that life is throwing. And when I get back, because right now my sister, she's sick, I'm gonna carry some chicken foot soup for her, and when I get back, I'm gonna pick you guys back up, and we are going to go through the different things that I'm going to be dealing with this evening. Okay, so I'm back, and now I can show you guys all the different things that's happening here in the garden. I'm going to start right here at the watermelon. Great. So let me rest on my keys. So this was happening with the watermelon. So the bottom foliage, they started off really good like this, nice and healthy, but as it got higher up in the plant, I started to see a difference, and you can start to see that browning some stuff happening here at the top of the watermelon plant. Overall, the top of the watermelon plant is letting me know that something fishy is going on, and I'm nervous about it. So far in my watermelon vine, I have one sugar baby going on, growing up nicely there. I have this one here seeming to get bigger in size, and I'm also seeing this one seeming to also get bigger in size. Oh, my camera skills are off today. Good. So that's what's happening with the watermelon vine. Another plant that's just bite the dust was my cucumber vine. I had 2 cucumber vines, and now I have one. Overnight, one just dried completely up, and then on inspection, let me show you guys, I noticed that something was eating the base of that plant and has begun attacking the other. So I used some leaf mulch from when I cut the fence, and to try and stop this bucket from drying out so quickly. And I don't know if you can see there, it looks like something is attacking the base of this plant down there, and it looks like mealybug. So I am going to have to use the insecticide to try and save this plant, because this plant looks really healthy. Look at it, and it had 2, and it was looking even more bushy. And then now this morning when I came out, I noticed that it was completely dead. But this vine that's left back, not all is lost. I can always plant another seed, but this plant has so many baby cucumbers on it, more to come. And yeah, all along it seems to be a very prolific vine, because I'm seeing baby cucumbers all throughout this vine. And I really want to save it, because no matter how much insecticide I use, because I haven't used anything, as you can see, it's all eaten up. The butterflies lay their eggs on it, and then the caterpillars decimate parts of it, and then I pick them off by hand. But right now I'm having an issue in the soil, and that's really a hard pill for me to swallow. I really worked hard to reach this point juggling everything in my life to get these plants to this point. And my reasoning is, you could probably let me know in the comments if this reasoning is off, but my reasoning is that no matter how much insecticide I use in my garden, it's going to be way less than what I will buy in the grocery store. So if me using a little would stop these bugs from killing my plants and stop these funguses from wiping out my watermelon vine, I think I will use it. Because it's really heartbreaking to work so hard and not have anything to show for it at the end of the day. So now I'm going to show you guys my prized vine. This is I have never successfully grown Christophine to this point, guys. You may not feel my excitement through the screen, but I am super excited about this vine. This is the Christophine vine. This is one plant, but again, issues are popping up all over. So I am seeing the mosaic virus, which is a fungal issue. It was on the butternut squash, and it is now showing on my Christophine vine, and it's making me sad, because this actually started showing up within the last 2 weeks. So when I mentioned it, it was looking so pretty and so good. Look, just to show you, I had 3, let me turn you guys around. I had 3 wonderful sorrel trees, and what the Americans call roselle, This is sorrel tree. I had 3 of them, and all of them were doing good. And just in the last 3 days, this one did this. 3 days. But what I'm seeing is that it still has some life to it at the top. So whatever is attacking at the bottom, if I do use the insecticide, if I can stop that, I don't know, you can see that whatever that is eating at the roots. Ants. It's ants, guys. Eating at the roots of my sorrel tree, and it is just so heartbreaking. It's just working its way up. I'm hoping I can save it. So I do know that I still need to treat this area, because if it's attacking this one plant, it's gonna definitely hit 2 and 3. So in this area, I'm going to be using that insecticide in order to combat the issue that's going on there. I don't really know what it is, but it's something, and I don't want to give up. And then lastly, in the back, I have a plantain tree, and the ants, I noticed the plantain tree was not shooting up. It was just stunted. It has a leaf there, but it's not doing anything. You know, plantain trees, banana trees, they grow exponentially quick. They grow really fast. But this one, look at that. Try and get an angle. All of that has been done by ants, and I'm guessing mealybug is down in there as well. So I'm going to just mix a bucket and just douse this entire drum with some insecticide, as well as this citrus tree. This orange tree is a orantique orange. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but I got it to bounce back relatively well. I have to put it in an even bigger container. But what I'm having is mealybug issues on the foliage. Hoping that you can see that on that mealybug. So I'm going to be spraying this tree as well in order to help it out. It's all the way up. It's a big tree. It needs more room, definitely. So I have to get it a bigger tub in order for it to continue to grow and go from there. Just an update on the, don't want to touch it because I've touched so many different plants. Butternut squash, it is looking as healthy as ever. So I'm gonna treat all these pots, not the herbs, the shadow benny or culantro, as they said, my green onions, my chives, or green onions, whichever we want to call it. That's doing well as well. Yeah, there's this knowledge or information going out there that tells you that planting marigolds, like this one here, planting marigolds repels insects like aphids and slugs, and I'm here to tell you guys that's not true. That's just not true. I have marigolds all throughout my garden, and it does not repel anything. In fact, the bugs love it. The bugs are on it. The bugs are eating it. So sometimes I wonder if organic gardening is a gimmick, if it's some kind of a push to make people buy this and buy that and buy this and say, oh, it's all in the name of organic growing. I really don't know. I'm having difficulty digesting that at this moment, because I've done everything that was recommended. You know, you interplant. Instead of monoplant, you try to diversify your space by mixing plants to try to confuse the pests. Well, the pests don't seem confused. In fact, when we were at a buffet, we go even more crazy. That's what I'm seeing. The bugs are going even more crazy. With the different varieties of juices they can sap from your plants. That's what I'm seeing. So I'm having difficulties at this moment digesting whether the organic route is really a realistic route. I mean, I'm on such a small space. I also even question people who are on YouTube, who are, I mean, granted, I haven't seen much with the Caribbean background, but people who are on YouTube that have 10,000 square feet and they claim that they are organic. And when you watch the gardens are so beautiful. Hardly any bug infestation, hardly any bug damage. They might highlight one plant, maybe a zucchini with a squash bug, and that's probably the biggest issue they have. I just find that I, for some reason, not believe in it anymore, you know? So, like for instance, let me show you guys this right next to me. Look at this plant. These are 2 jalapenos. Do you know what got this? Slugs. Slugs got this. And I had a big, look at this. This is a marigold plant, guys. Marigold. This was bushy. You could hardly see the peppers. They were just there, the back there doing their thing. And I had, if I could tilt this, take you guys off and show you, take you off the tripod. I had this plant right here. You could see the size of the stem. It was really bushy, really healthy looking. When you passed it, you smell nothing but marigold. And guys, look at the proximity. There's a rock between this and that. Look at the proximity of these plants. Did it repel anything? The answer is no. Look at this. They are aphids. Look at this. Look at this. There are aphids all over my plants. So if you're gardening and you want to try out these things that these people say work, you got to try it to see if it works. I'm telling you, for me, it's not working. It's not working, and it's making gardening even more stressful. It is. It really is. And that's not what gardening is supposed to be about. It's supposed to be enjoyable and, you know, rewarding, because it's definitely, it takes a muscle. Makes you break a sweat. So, you know, you really look forward to having some harvest. So I'm going to stop ranting here and I'm going to get changed and get back out here, because I want to build a trellis for the butternut squash, and I need to treat my plants because they're being eaten and they're being affected by some type of fungus. It is what it is. And I'm ready for all the onslaught that I might get in the comments. There is fungus all over this thing, and on top of the fungus, let's bring you guys a little closer. I don't know if you guys are seeing that. There are mealybugs. There are mealybugs all over this plant. So the plan for this plant is that I'm going to pick all the ripe cherry tomatoes before I spray, and I'm going to chop this all back and spray the plant and see if it bounces back. If it bounces back, fine. If not, so be it. By the way, this is one of the sweetest cherry tomatoes I have ever grown. This is the super sweet 1000, and I really enjoyed having it. I enjoyed having it as a snack. I was trying to train the kids to come out and pick it as a snack. They weren't having it. They didn't like it so much, but I like it. It was really good. Of course, when it's these ones that I'm picking, they're half ripe, and even though they're half ripe, they're still so sweet. Any of these ones that are blushing as well, I'm going to take them off and leave them inside to ripen. I enjoyed growing these a lot. So I got a little handful there. And on the other side, oh, these are blushing. Oh, we have more on the other side. Okay, so these are what I got. Just a handful. Probably a salad or two again with these. So I'm happy with these. So right now it's about 5:30 in the evening. I came out just to give a second observation to see if I was seeing any butterflies or bees flying about. So I'm not seeing any one of them right now, so I'm feeling confident to spray right now that I won't be affecting too many of those things, the pollinators. But definitely made up my mind that I'm going to be spraying these plants. So before I do spray, I want to harvest as many things that I can, and because, you know, of course it's always better without the chemicals. This is something that we are loving right now, the Russian tarragon. For tea, it is delicious, quite calming, quite relaxing for teas. So I'm cutting all of these in order to put them to dry. And yeah, reason why I'm cutting these as well is that I have a lemon tree right here. This right here, it's a rough skin lemon. The mealybug got it and half of it died. Oh my god, a fly went up in my nose. Anyway, so I got it to start sending out new shoots, so I'm really happy about it. It means that it's getting re-established, but the mealybug is starting to show up on it as well, and yeah, I'm going to have to spray it. It's everywhere. The mealybugs are everywhere. It's so heartbreaking. So these pallets are what I plan to use to do the trellis for the butternut squash. So I plan to do a U structure, one overhead pallet and two on the side to hold up that one on top. And I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm hoping to use wire to tie it up together. And if it doesn't work, I can always call my handyman. He could come and put a couple of nails and screws in it for me. These things are heavy. I think I have to come up with a different design. Maybe two-piece tied like this. I'll try it, see. It works. So I think I just need to push it a little bit more in. And I hope it feels sturdy, but I gotta find a way to make sure that it's secure. It's secure. So I gotta go and ask if it's okay, if he thinks it's sturdy. But I'm proud of it. The plan is for this to go up and up and down. And before that, let me get this spraying started because it's beautiful. There's no rain in sight, no rain clouds over the mountains to the east, and there's the Sahara, so it's quite humid, it's quite dry. So I want this stuff to stick to the plant and do what it has to do. So guys, whew, thanks for joining me today. I'm not particularly proud of what I'm about to do, but I really just don't want to see all of the plants just wither and die. So hope you guys understand. And if you're going in the Caribbean and you're trying your best with the organic growing and you find that you're just fighting this battle and you don't seem to be winning, know that you're not alone. You're not alone battling the mealybugs, the aphids, the Japanese beetle. You're not alone, guys. The slugs, the snails. Right now, the African snail, the giant African snail, is wreaking havoc here in the tropics. And as fast as you pick them up, they come by the droves, guys, and they eat your plants in one night. So if you're in the tropics, my heart goes out to you if you're having these troubles. I don't judge you if you want to keep gardening. I beg, don't judge me too hardly, too harsh. Guys, you guys take care. And until I could pick up the camera again, stay safe and have a good one. Bye.